right, how you guys doing? What's up? It's a lot of stuff we got to talk about. Dealing with Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion, and Kelsey. Honestly, I really thought we'd be done by this by now, but we are still talking about this, and a lot of stuff is developing that is just very, very strange and out the norm. If you guys did not hear Tory Lanez, you guys know he is locked up, but he was sliced and diced multiple times as if someone was really trying to get rid of him. Why would they try to get rid of him? He's already behind closed doors. He's doing his time. I don't know, but it's very, very odd. So, right after that, then we got hit with all of these news coverages. And they are pretty much stating that Kelsey was the one that took out Meg or hit her in her foot. They paint a story that Kelsey had the pow pow pointing at Meg, and Tory Lanez was kind of saving Meg by pushing the pow pow down. So when he did that, the gun went off, so people are having a different picture. And I know a lot of people is wondering, okay, so why now? Why couldn't you say this before? Why did it have to wait here? I don't know. Both sides seems awkward. It seems weird to me. It is a lot of lawsuits that's going on at the same time. And it's screaming men hitting on women. I don't know if this is part of the Me Too campaign to continue the Me Too movement. People feel like the Me Too movement is dying. I do believe that these cases, the Haley Bailey versus DDG, the Cassie versus Diddy, the Megan Thee Stallion versus Tory Lanez, it's going to let us know where do we stand in this country when it comes to Me Too. Did the Me Too, is it dead or is it still alive? All right, so if you guys are new here, you are at the Messy Sweet Spot. I am your host, Gigi with the T. If you guys can hear me, please press that 2. All right. So I want to read here because I love to engage with you guys, and I do want to bring up some videos so you guys can hear from themselves. It says, this is very weird. This has already been brought up when the trial first happened. Yeah, but it looks like because they tried to take away Tory, the question is, why did they take him away? Or why did they stab him 14 times? You know, do you think it has something to do with Rock Nation and Megan Thee Stallion? Or do you think this was just a coincidence that one of the people, the prisoners, tried to take him out? Which one is it? I don't know. I don't feel like it's a coincidence. I think that everything is happening by design. I don't see it just happening randomly. He decided to pick on Tory Lanez for no reason, and he just want to take him out. Did he want to get some news coverage? Did he want to be a celebrity, so he decided to take out a celebrity? Or could it be something more sinister? Could it have been that Tory Lanez was going to come out with new information to say he's innocent, and they didn't want that for whatever reasons? People are saying that Tory Lanez have a lot of enemies: Jay-Z, Rock Nations, Meg Thee Stallion, and the big corporations themselves. They said that Tory Lanez was trying to enlighten people that they can be an independent artist and make a lot of money. And people are saying the higher ups, they do not like that type of talk. And they want to let the world know, hey, we still own you. And if you keep talking and you keep pushing this independence, we will make you know it. And some people may feel like the higher ups used Megan Thee Stallion as a puppet to destroy Tory Lanez. And it definitely seemed like that is what they do. They feel like the higher ups, they will use Cassie to destroy Diddy. But when it comes to the DD and Haley case, that's something different. Why would they want to destroy DDG? I mean, what has he ever done? People are saying the DD and Haley situation is like the Kiki Palmer and Darius. Whether it goes, these relationships are horrible and toxic, and you guys stay out of these relationships. I'd rather for you guys just to be by yourselves. Stay out of these relationships, okay? All right, so I want to bring up this video footage so you guys can see what's going on, the new updates with this case. So I'm going to share it here. I want you guys to check this out.
Working on an op-ed for the New York Post regarding Mr. Peterson's innocence. During his work on that op-ed, he became aware of some information in Unite the People's possession regarding a statement that was given to Unite the People by someone with information relevant to that case. The only party that responded last week was Megan Pete's representatives with a request for more information. A few days later, Mr. Peterson's brutally attacked in his jail cell. We were willing to wait for the appellate process to play out, but given that brutal, unprovoked attack, we felt it necessary to come here today to provide you with this information. It is our intention to make a request to the governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail. A member of the media, Mr. Gianno Caldwell, was working. Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired.
Wow, did you guys hear that? Did you hear what he says? I want to stop it right there because what he just said was bomb. Pretty much he said that this bodyguard overheard Kelsey talking. Kelsey confirmed that she had the pow and she shot 3 times trying to scare Meg, which is supposed to have been her friend. Then that's when Tory Lanez, tried to grab the gun out of her hand and it went off 2 more times, hitting Meg the Stallion. All right. So he said that's what happens. And it definitely sounds like that could definitely be what happened. A lot of people have not felt good about this case about Tory being locked up behind this situation anyway. The community has been torn and a lot of people are screaming, free Tory Lanez. Even the likes of Chris Brown is screaming, free Tory Lanez. And I want to know, what are your thoughts? Do you feel like Tory Lanez should be free? Press 1. Press 7 if you feel like no, he deliberately hit Megan Thee Stallion without a shadow of a doubt. He shot out of her. That was his intention. He said, damn, bitch, dance, What do you guys think about it? I want to look here in the comment section. It says they should have told the truth in the beginning. Why didn't they tell this in the beginning? Well, I think this is new information because the guy came forward, right? So he didn't have this information to give in the beginning, but the bodyguard, the security guard, he is speaking out now because after the case happened, he overheard Kelsey talking about the situation, right? So that's why he came forward, and that's why they're doing it now. In the beginning, the bodyguard did not speak out, so they could not do anything because the bodyguard didn't speak out, and Kelsey did not have this conversation. Kelsey had this conversation that was overheard by the bodyguard after the fact of the trial. So that's why they're coming now, because this is new information. Okay? This is new information. And a lot of people are saying that they already knew this, So I want to see what you guys have to say about it. They should have told the truth from the beginning. Okay, I think people are misinformed. Press 1 if you do realize they did not have this witness in the beginning. This bodyguard that is speaking out, that bared witness, what Kelsey said, they did not have this information in the beginning. Press 1 if you know that. Press 5 if you don't realize that. A lot of your comments don't realize they cannot use the bodyguard as a witness because he didn't have this information. Okay, he didn't bear witness to Kelsey saying it because Kelsey didn't say it at that time. Kelsey said it after the trial. Then that's when they heard it, and that's when he came forward to say, hey, my conscience would not let me rest. I didn't pray about it, and God told me I need to tell the people. I need the truth to be told. Okay, now what will Kelsey say about this? Will she deny it, or will she come forward? I don't know, you know. So let's see, what are you guys saying? He did, though. They were saying he knew it. All right. Well, the guy that's on the speaker, he just said that he put it out like it's new information. So if this is old information, then it goes to question, why didn't he say it in the beginning? But how he paints it, and I'll play it for you one more time so we can have a better understanding. But it sounds like he's pretty much saying this is new information that the bodyguard had on his conscience, and his bodyguard came out to disclose what he heard, what Kelsey said. Kelsey said that she shot the gun 3 times. Tory pulled her down, and the gun went off twice, hitting Meg the Stallion. Okay?
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired.
All right, there you have it.
Not
All right. So Tone says he knew it, Gigi, but didn't say anything. She wanted protection. Remember, she asked for immunity. So they all knew this at the time it happened. Well, possibly they all knew it. I was referring to the lawyers. I was referring to why didn't it hit the media earlier. I felt like it did not hit the media during the trial is because the lawyers and the people did not know this information, especially if this guy just came forward. So there's that. A lot of people do feel like Tory Lanez was set up by the industry. And I think it's a big possibility. I think the higher up industry, they are doing a crackdown and they are reorganizing the world as we know it. Okay. I definitely feel like the higher ups definitely have their hand in everything. I really do. All right, so I'm going to see the next post. It said, our government must be getting ready to pull a number on us. All these distractions. I mean, it is a lot of distractions, right? So they're doing something behind the scenes, but we're going to miss it because we're too distracted this summer. All right. And funny how they always use black celebrities to do it. Well, that's just how it goes. We know that. Okay. Bottom line, Tory is scared to go back to prison. Understandable. That is very understandable. I will be scared too. And when you are scared, what are you going to do? You're going to speak out. You're not going to stay quiet. When you're afraid, you speak out. You don't go back into the prison, right? Did that make sense? Press 1 if you're scared. Then you speak out and you don't want to go back to that place, right? Press 5 if you feel like you disagree. Press 5 if you're scared. You're going to go back to that place because you're scared. You know, you're scared. Okay? You don't go back to a place if you're scared. If you're scared, you're going to scream for help. You're going to scream like your life depends on it because your life does. Because you can go back there and you can die. I'd rather take my chances screaming to the rooftop than going back there and dying. or losing my soul. Okay. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? And I was referring to Diddy and Cassie when I just said that. Some of y'all picked it up, some of you guys did not. All right. So let me see what else he
Four
said.
times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw two women fighting, two men break up the fight, one man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Miss Harris was sitting. This further iterates that Mr. Peterson did not shoot Miss Pete, did not shoot at Miss Pete, or did not assault Miss Pete. It's just another irregularity in a list of irregularities in this case. For example, there were 3 potential suspects in the car that night, and yet the only DNA sample was taken of Mr. Peterson 4 times. In essence, Mr. Peterson.
It almost sounds like it's a setup, but let's listen.
Ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Miss Kelsey Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. More times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw two women fighting, two men break up the fight, one man...
All right, so basically he also stated that they only tested Tory Lanez for the powder residue. They didn't test Kelsey, they didn't test anybody else's, almost pointing that they deliberately wanted Tory Lanez to be the fall guy, no matter what. Now, people in the comment section, they are saying this. They said first, Tory says she stepped on glass. Then on IG, he said that Kelsey didn't do it. Now, random bodyguard says Kelsey did do it. Yet, Quan was there and said Kelsey and Tory fought over it, but said nothing happened. Who did it? Which lie is it? All right. So, that baffles me. I don't know what to respond or how to say about that. Tory, why did he say Kelsey didn't do it? If this is true, why Tory should have just shut up. Why did he say Kelsey didn't do it? If Kelsey didn't do it, then who did it? Somebody had to pull the pile. If he meant to say Kelsey didn't intentionally mean to do it, then say that. But if they're saying that you didn't even touch the gun and you just swiped Kelsey's hand while Kelsey had the gun and the gun it hit Meg, Kelsey is still responsible because she had that pow. She had a dangerous weapon in her hand, and you have to be responsible of what you have. So why is Tory Lanez protecting Kelsey? It makes no sense. That is very odd and strange. So I want to know your thoughts about that. All right. It says they tested Kelsey and the leprechaun did it. All right. Talking about Tory Lanez. All right. It says Kelsey and Tory both had, so they said they both had powder on them. And it makes sense based on the bodyguard story. If, they were tussling with the gun and the gun went off, but not because the Tory Lanez hand was on the trigger. It was Kelsey's hand on the trigger. Kelsey. And Kelsey, she should have been honest. Why wasn't Kelsey honest? Why didn't she say what happened? Because she knew she was wrong. But like I said before, they are all Hollywood. They don't have any integrity. They're all actors. They're all liars. And you can't trust none of them. You can't trust none of them. Okay? He's not a snitch. Well, what will that get you? Look, being not a snitch will get you taken out. He almost died the other day. 14 stabs. Okay? That's what no snitches will get you. And no snitch. When it comes to me versus you, I'm going to snitch all the damn time. I don't got nothing but the truth in me. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to tell the truth and all the truth. Because first of all, I'm not even in that lifestyle where I'm doing wrong or I'm around people that do wrong things. That's what you get. You know, when you're around that fire, you do get burned. So if you want to take this story and say, well, he ain't a snitch, well, that's what his ass get. That's what his ass get. If you want to play those games and you want to say, I'm not going to be honest, I'm not going to have integrity, then that's what you get. Integrity is about when people don't see you and they don't know the truth, you're going to tell the truth because integrity, even if you can get away with it, you're still going to be honest. And no snitching and integrity, they don't go together. No snitching and being honest, they don't go together. They're the opposites. So if you want to uphold that, you go right ahead. But to that, I'm going to say, well, that's what your ass get. No snitch, motherfucker. Okay? Stay no snitch if you want to. It only does yourself a disservice. It's not hurt nobody else but you. Okay? So we can go there if y'all want to with the no snitching. Gigi, Megan lied about everything. She lied about the fight with Kelsey and lied about Kylie kicking her out. Well, are you surprised? Hell, are you surprised by the twerk queen? I mean, all she does is twerk, twerk, twerk. Ain't that ass tired yet? Huh? What have the twerking done? Huh? Man, I mean, if she lied, if she did not lie. What is she lied about? Megan lied about everything. She lied about the fight with Kelsey. Okay, whether she had lied about the fight with Kelsey, now what that got to do with Tory Lanez being in jail? Huh? And then Kelsey, what did she say about the fight? Did she say she had a fight with her? But then the witness person said they saw two girls fighting. So how are you sure that she lied about fighting with Kelsey? And why would she lie about fighting with Kelsey? I think she does lie, but I don't know about that lie. Okay? I don't know about that lie, but I think she lied, but I don't know about that lie. I think possibly she did have a fight with Kelsey. Hell, her and Kelsey always fighting over some peen or some D. And ain't that sad? Ain't that sad, y'all? All this shit is over some peen. And I keep telling y'all, can y'all please leave these men alone? Leave these men alone. But you don't want to do it. You want to be outside. You want to be outside luring the men into your web of lies, into your destruction. Okay, this all could have been prevented. If Megan know how to sit her ass down, if Tory know how to sit his ass down, but y'all want to be whore. Don't y'all get it? The whore-isms is causing all this destruction. When you look at Diddy and Cassie, the spirit of lust and whore has destroyed that. When you look at this case, the spirit of lust and whorism, it all is surrounded by lust and whores. But y'all steady want to lust, y'all steady want to be whoring, y'all steady want to fornicate and doing all this wicked shit. Okay? So I don't know what else to tell you. They shouldn't have been messing with the same man. They shouldn't be whores. Okay? They shouldn't be whores. Responsible goes to his son, not the street code. He ain't even from the U.S. I don't know what that means. You know, he may not be from the U.S., but he want to be down with the U.S. Hell, his ass ain't going back to Canada. He loved the United States. He know he want to be a part of the U.S. Hell, I don't know what that means, though. Because the fight proves that Kelsey had a motive to be heated and pulled a pow out. Well, didn't they say Meg had the fight? Are y'all saying Meg had a fight with Kelsey or Meg said she did not have a fight with Kelsey? Okay, make that clear. Did Megan say she had a fight with Kelsey or she said she did not have a fight with Kelsey? So I do believe she did have a fight with Kelsey. I believe they fight all the time. I believe they are toxic women. I believe they're destructive. Whew. I believe that. Okay. So I want to look in the comment section over here about the Tory situation. And it says, why else would Kelsey ask for immunity? Because she testified. Duh. All right. So people are saying that Kelsey, she know what time it is. So y'all need to knock on Kelsey door. Why y'all not knocking on Kelsey? Is that why her ass got pregnant? I think that a lot of these women, when it's time to go to court, they get pregnant on purpose so they can show up pregnant and people can have sympathy for them. Because didn't her ass, wasn't she pregnant during her time in court? They know the right time to get pregnant, don't they? Don't they? I'm not buying that. They get pregnant around that time on purpose. That's how I feel about that. Tory legal team says they will be exposing never seen footage and evidence concerning the shooting case with Meg Thee Stallion. We'll let the cookie crumble. Okay. Uh-huh. Well, they said in the beginning Megan lied. Because didn't Megan lie? She said it was something trying to protect Tory. Then she changed the lie. It's so many. They lie so much. Like I said, all of them lie. None of them is innocent. Meg and Kelsey had a fight right before the pow pow happened, according to witness Sean Kelly. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I believe that. I believe that. All over a man. Can y'all please leave these men alone? Can y'all please leave these men alone? Okay. They couldn't be good friends. Ain't no good friend gonna fight over no man. That's the last thing. Over a dude, we'll both dish that dude. We not about to fight over no dude, over no pain. Is you crazy? Is you crazy? Hell. And I guess for the men, please stop being messy. You men out here, if you are dating one girl that's a friend, stop messing with the other one. You men, stop being so messy because it can result to your life. It can result to you being in jail, stabbed 14 times. Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. And yes, I do believe that this type of shit happens all the time. I do believe that, but I do feel like it is a higher element to it. I do feel like the higher ups is using Meg Thee Stallion case to destroy Tory Lanez for whatever reason. And I think they're doing it to multiple men out here. They will use your enemy, which could be your lover, could be your wife, could be your cousin. They're going to use your enemy to destroy you. So you better be careful, especially if you're famous. If you know you got a target on your back, when you're famous, a lot of times you do have a target on the back. Hell, you signed up for it knowing that when you become famous, you're going to have a target on your back. Everybody knows that. So you're going to have to move differently. The way Tory Lanez was moving with these girls was so reckless. It was so reckless and it was so trashy. All of them were very reckless and trashy. I don't have sympathy for none of them, to be honest with you. If you know me, I don't look up to no celebrities. I ain't no team, no celebrities. I'm going to tell you the real and how I feel about both of them. Okay? Yeah, that part. So please like this video. We are asking for likes. What else do you guys have to say about it? Tory should have been home with his son. He should have. Or working on some music or working on some beats and not fooling around with Meg the fucking Stallion. Hell, why was he messing around with Meg the Stallion and Kelsey? Knowing damn well he ain't want to marry them. He just wanted some fun time. Hell, but don't you got a list of girls, Tory, that he can have fun time with? Why Meg and why Kelsey? I guess Meg and Kelsey because it's more publicity. See, that's what y'all get for trying to get publicity and clout. Clout is a drug. Y'all are addicted to publicity and clout. Y'all doing any and everything for publicity and clout, and it's going to come back to hunt your ass just like it's hunting all three of them. Megan Thee Stallion, she can't even do nothing no more without this shit hunting her. Well, okay. So, honey, I tell y'all, leave these men alone, leave these women alone, focus on your business and straighten up and do right. Heal within. Stop being a whore. Okay, because clearly you see what being a whore get you. Gigi, this is gonna hurt Haley because she affiliated with Rock Nation. People don't, but don't you notice the trend? Okay, Diddy's affiliated with Rock Nation. Haley affiliated with Rock Nation. Megan Thee Stallion affiliated with Rock Nation. Rock Nation is about to come down. Rock Nation, honey, they surrounded that shit like bees with honey. Bzzz, like flies on shit. I believe Jay-Z, Beyonce, they gonna knock that shit down, y'all. Watch, mark my words. It's too much stuff around them that is messy, that is dramified. They cannot protect the little people that's around them. That's a telltale sign. Something is up. Something is brewing in the backdrop with these big celebrities and the hires up. And we already know we're transitioning in America. We're transitioning politics, government, entertainment. Everything is changing. Okay. So I bet you your bet dollar in the backdrop, things are already changing. It just haven't hit the surface where we can see it. But the signs are here. Never have it been before. All these lawsuits, all this shit coming out like this at this time. Something is different. Something is different. I know y'all sense it. Wait for it though. It's coming. I don't understand what Megan and Kelly saw in Tory Lanez. They were desperate. Maybe their father failed them. I don't know. I can't tell you what they saw. All I can say was, I don't know. Everybody sees things differently. I've seen beautiful people with ugly people. I've seen skinny people with fat people. So who knows? Who knows? That is for them to tell. Ooh-wee. All right. Well, that's all I got on this case. I just wanted to talk about this for a little bit. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe here at the Messy Sweet Spot. And I'll see you guys later on tonight. Later on tonight, around after midnight, I possibly will be talking about Haley and DDG again. All right. So I'll see you guys on another video. Bye. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Okay.